we'll start the final concert, which has also very exciting acts. Our, our very own, and yeah, he's going to close the event after Peter.
Company. This is tradition. What makes you part of this? What makes you partner with the Elgon Festival? For now, I'll turn over to Pep Scholar to give us why they are partners as with the Elgon.
Come to Mbale, the recent concluded one, which was at Mudodo, we sponsored it. All the events from Elgon Hotel, where they had a royal dinner, we were part of them. The tree planting, we were part of them. And the final one at Mudodo, we still took part. And Nijam, last year, we were one of the sponsors under the same event. And this year, we are still called back to be part. Culture is one thing you cannot deviate away from. When you talk of Africa, we talk of culture. Our culture has stood for years, and it will still stay for more years, despite whatever could be happening. But we believe the original culture of Africa will still stand. We are privileged to be part of this, having expanded from only Uganda cultures to accommodate even Kenya and the surrounding areas. It's a big event. As Pep Scholar, we command the highest teacher in this country. There is no doubt of that. Therefore, an opportunity for us to enhance the volumes, we shall be always available for that. We bring a lot of beverages within the same event that is happening next weekend from 16th up to 8th. We are very in full swing. More of the details have been discussed with the partners. We wouldn't love to go into that, but all we promise, we shall be on board 100% with all the beverages. Thank you.
We thank you, Pep Scholar. You now know why tradition and drinking Pep Scholar products is one thing. And right now, we have partners, as I said, we have Rock Telecom in the house. I mean, we are just going to dance and see culture. What brings in an internet company? Let's turn over to Rock Telecom and let us get to know what it has for us and what brings them on board.
Thank you so very much. First and foremost, I'd love to extend my sincere gratitude to the proprietors of this initiative. When we talk of unity, many of us may not understand what really unity is, but one way to feel confident is promoting our culture, and that's the unity. You've heard Priscilla say the theme is unity in diverse, which very many of us take so lightly. But you cannot make it alone and be prosperous if you're not united. So with Rock, being a network company, we provide internet services which you will all need to make communication, to feel close to your loved ones. In one way or the other, you will need to communicate across all borders, across all boundaries. So we are not just here as an internet entity. We are here to grow culture. We are here to help the young generation understand the meaning of culture, to bring us together. That is what matters. It's not all about what we've put in. It's about how are we going to keep our culture alive in the day-to-day lives, in our children, in everything they do. I know of late we've seen a tradition that has come in from so many other people, and it is rather damaging us from all angles. We've looked at the homosexuality that has come in. We don't know how that has come in because our culture is dying off. So when you look at Elgon Festival, this is one way to promote our culture. Remember, you're not only looking at one tribe, you're looking at a number of tribes. You're looking at the Basoga, you're looking at the Gishu tribe, you're looking at people who are coming in from Kenya. Now, this is one way to promote us, to unite us as one. And that the only way to do that is to find a better way to promote with another. So as I told you, internet, he talked about it, is one way to communicate with another, is one way to keep close with your loved ones. and our loved ones are always close to our hearts, which is what Elgon Festival is representing. One love, and that's one heart. That's what we want, and that's what we are yearning for. As a nation, as a tribe, that is what we are looking for. We're not looking for pride. We're looking at a way of preserving the culture. So, still, again, I would love to extend my sincere gratitude to the proprietors, Priscilla and Jeff. Thank you so very much for this initiative. It's going miles to help the youth, to help the developing generation. Many of us know it as Generation Z. Now, this is how we're going to do it. So, as Rock, we come in to see that we can help promote that. We can help preach to the other who don't know. Before I hand over the microphone back to um, Mr. Kutos, I would love to tell you that in that same breath, Rock has better services in terms of internet for all of you, be it be for business, be it be for home usage. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Rock Telecom. We now see the connectivity between culture that Elgon Festival brains are putting together to make things move. I've known UA for looking at animals, but now I look at UA partnering up with the Elgon Festival to host culture. UA, Christine, what brings us on board to be together with the Elgon Festival?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed very grateful as Uganda Wildlife Authority, but Mount Elgon Conservation Area in particular, in being part of this event. Like Priscilla said, the original concept, this is the third edition. We brought ideas together because as a mandate of Uganda Wildlife Authority, our objective mainly in this region is to market this region to make sure that we have visitors coming in. But originally, we have been seeing only the whites as visitors coming. But then we said, no, we should tap into the region and its natural and cultural events to see that we bring in more people to visit the park. This event to us is a tick in terms of domestic tourism, visiting the park. Domestic tourism are visitors who are born within the country, within the region, and in East Africa who come to visit the park. Uganda Wildlife Authority Mount Elgon National Park. Mount Elgon is a source of water in this region. Mount Elgon is known as a mountain of 1,000 Elgon Festival to make sure that we bring in the young generation to know what the mountain is about. The attitude in this region about Mount Elgon is about collection of resources and encouragement. And it is a hard thing to change, but when we attend these festivals, we think that people will slowly by slowly appreciate the natural resources that we have. And the young generation is our target, such that as they grow up, they know, oh yes, this can be. And we think our attitude in the region will keep changing. So I thank the organizers that you brought us on board. Our activities mainly are things like bringing the bulls and taking them back. At one point, we shall provide a little bit of security at night for the people, and then we shall give out the prize, the trophy. Start like this, we think with time we can get a win from the government to say that why not? Well, let's market this carnival. And then visitors will come in the east, and this station has a very positive aspect to the people in this region. Let me dwell on that a lot. I know that people think why visitors in this region. I'll give you an example of Bwindi in Kalari. Bwindi, because of the collection of the money that come in the park as our mandate, every entry of a visitor in the park, 20% of the money that is paid. We as an organization have an account of revenue sharing. Revenue sharing is that amount that is called one way or the other. The activities of the park impact on the communities around. Therefore, we make sure that we save a piece of money that visitors bring, such that at the end of the financial year, when we sit with the leadership of the government and we get the money that has been collected, we look at projects that you need to do, lively projects which will benefit the areas, the parishes, and the sub counties. So that money comes back to the people. So, and then it too, Uganda Life Authority, we are in place not to take the park, we are in place to manage that area, which is a 10% of land in Uganda that has been put aside for conservation. This is managed by people who work in the park, but we do not own the land. We manage it for the future generation of the people in the region and in the area. So this I wanted to clarify such that people who are viewing know that we are only here to do a job, to keep what belongs to the people. Bwindi has kept their park so much that we don't even need to do patrols. They manage every piece of step of the park. That if somebody encroaches, they just bring that person themselves to us. Why? Because they've understood the concept of conservation and they have enjoyed the livelihood. They know that cutting trees, killing animals is not good. When you keep the animals and the visitors come and they look at it, the money that comes is in quantities, and these people get money in favor. A parish can get money like 500 million. And there you see every homestead is developing at one extent that there's a small area which was kept like a forest. These people got into the bus, went to parliament, and they said, please also add this one to Windy, because they understand the concept of conservation. So when we do such things, we want people to understand and learn that, oh, instead of us going to encroach on the park, instead of us killing or cutting trees, let's protect our area. And it starts with us, hence the festival in Elgon. So I want to thank you. I know a lot will be talked, but please come in plenty. Let's learn our culture. You take videos, post them on put them on your WhatsApp, on your Twitters, and encourage people to come and visit the video. I want to thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine from UWA, for that is elaborate. We now know why UWA is here and what they want to sustain. Before we get on to the next move, I want to take this opportunity to welcome our elder from the Sabini community that is here. We are talking about culture, and we don't take it for granted that you have joined us here in this press conference to appeal to the communities back home to be part of us. Doctor, I cannot, at personal level, we have discussed with you, bring together people. And now that the Elgon Festival has a partnership of the creatives, and we are talking at mindset change in our communities. It starts where? And the reason they come in, because those...
The city health officer, Bali City. I, for one, am particularly very impressed by the coming together of the various partners towards supporting this Elgon festival. And I'm even more excited because we are going to use this notion of culture for socio-economic transformation and development of our societies. And as you know very well, the majority of the people who come to these festivals are young people and youth, and which comprise about 70% of the population of every society in Uganda. And that is a population you cannot take for granted if you want change in society. And as a city of Mbale, we are having challenges of making our town clean. And there's no other better responsibility, there's no other better opportunity than using this festival such that we can change the mindset of our people, our young people, to responsibly live in the city. And one of the responsible ways of living in the city is the proper generation of waste, proper sorting, proper transportation, and later on disposal at the gazetted places. The problem we've been having over the years, people have been irresponsibly living in the city. And in the end, they claim that Mbale City Authority is making the city dirty. And most of the leaders who work in the city, they barely stay in the city. They are from other districts, other towns in the country. And it is us who stay in the city who should make the city clean by responsible living. I know this is the beginning point. We shall move far.
Mental health in our city. You can do this a quick one, summarize it in about 3 minutes, and then we get back to our cultural leaders to tell us why.
Thank you very much, moderator. Getting West, we have 4 of them. We have Orient City Cleaners. I think most of you have been able to see them. We have CZAC, we have Ben City, and we have the last one is the NLS company. Yes, they are mandated to collect waste at a fee, and we have been having a challenge with some of the shops, some of the households. They don't pay. They think generating waste you don't need to pay, but we are saying there is a fee depending on the amount of waste you generate, and we are calling upon the communities of Mbale City and even the visitors who come in that the waste we generate we have to pay for it. That's one of the innovations we have put in place. Then we have also planted waste bins. These waste bins are along our streets, Republic Streets, Navoa, Palisa Road, but we are seeing people misusing these bins, waste bins. They are yellow in color. If you see, their messages are very clear. These bins are meant for recyclable waste, like plastic bottles. When you buy a bottle of mineral water, you're supposed to put it there, so that the collectors come and collect from there and take to recyclable place. Then we have a city landfill, which also we previously was in Sore State, but as we speak right now, it's opposite BCU. Most of you, I think, have not reached there, but when you go, you're going to realize the city landfill is well managed. We have the composite manager who is actually there working very closely with the communities around there to put up a plant there, which is going to be generate organic manure and animal feeds. All this is to ensure that we reduce the waste, which can decompose and generate for us a resource. Because for us as health, we know that there is no more waste. Waste is a resource that once we utilize properly can generate income and also provide other raw materials which can be used. And I want to end by saying 3 things. We need to reduce on the waste we generate. We call upon anybody, when you go to the market, I always see when we are buying things, we tend to use a lot of boveras. You find you're going to shop and you're carrying like 10 boveras. We are saying reduce, use 2 or 1, because what you're doing, you're going to pollute. Where will you take those boveras? Recycling. For example, plastic bottle now is a resource, it's money. We have seen our young boys moving in our streets collecting this. A kilo of this bottle is 500 shillings, meaning that it's a resource that we should not just throw anywhere. Then reusing some of this, you can still reuse this instead of just throwing it in our trenches and what. You can still use this for keeping cooking oil and other things in a home. So that is basically what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. We are very grateful, and we are calling upon during this festival. Let's use this festival to change the mind, to communicate to our communities that let's keep Mbale City clean. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. One thing, this is Elgon Museum, and I think Elgon Museum is where creativity starts. Eric, by the time you leave here, I wanted you to look over behind you. I can see segregation of degradable, non-degradable, and degradable materials just right behind there. I think that's what we have to get to. What are we doing in terms of sorting? At the end of the day, I think you'll have to walk over there, and then you will see that as a learning point from the Elgon Museum of what is happening in Mbale town, creatively from the people with the creative minds. I want to thank you, Eric. You saying something? Yeah.
I think you forgot to add that we have an awareness campaign on Tuesday with the whole Elgon Festival team and Bale City Environment Office, where as we market and promote the event, we'll go door to door individually, discussing with our netizens and citizens about the importance of sorting rubbish, because some people don't even know that they are supposed to sort rubbish. They don't even know the importance of it. They don't even know that you can actually sell these bottles. So we're going to have an awareness campaign on Tuesday. So you'll see us in the city. You'll see branded Elgon Festival team. As we hand you flyers to attend the festival, we'll also talk to you about the importance of that. And also just for the young people to understand the importance of community service and serving others. That doesn't, and to care about your environment. It doesn't mean that you're putting yourself out there. It just means that you're caring actually about yourself. Caring about others means you're caring about yourself. So yeah, that's what we have to say.
Thank you. I think, Doctor, you see where we're going. Mindset change, beginning with the young people, moving around. Doctor, next time some things like this come up to top management, Elgon Festival is bringing you numbers in town, and then the next thing you are asking, you are going to advertise in town, give us 2 million shillings, give us 3 million shillings. These are some of the corporate things that we have to begin doing as a city, and your being here now makes on the campaign that things that are going to involve the community. Let us not look at the direct money that comes in. If Elgon Festival brought in about 5,000 people into the city, then it is bringing in what? It is bringing in money in the business community, and then they will be paying us through taxes. And at the end of the day, we shall have received the same money, but we shall have cooperated in terms of reducing on the cost of organizing these events, because they are for the good of the For the good of the city. We are joined up here by elders, and we are talking about culture and a festival. If we are talking about the Elgon, you cannot talk about Elgon without talking about Sebei, our elder. With all due respect, what motivates you to be part of this arrangement of the Elgon Festival?
All right, thanks so much. Thank you. All right, thanks so much, moderator, for giving me this opportunity. I want to appreciate everybody, more so the media team. I know the media team, you are our mouthpiece. And before I go to that, I want to introduce myself. It is later. It is more. I am by the name Lamin Kasim. I come from the Sabine community, living in the far east of the slopes of Mount Elgon. What fits you to be a part or to be in this festival? I would want to first say that when you look at the festival itself, I would want us to first define this festival very well. And all of you have been reading on what is embedded in the festival. When you look at the cultural parades, when you look at the cultural competitions, the music, dance, and dramas, these are things that motivates me, Mr. Moderator. When you look at our culture in these centuries is dying. And if it is dying because there are no people that are bringing in or coming in to tell people this is what culture is. So in my own perspective, I feel that it's through these cultural festivals that we are able to look at the future. We are able to reflect to what happened in the future. We are able to bring in the past to the present and tell our children that this is how we dressed those days. This is how we danced those days. This is how we do things those days.
And they should appreciate the fact that modernization has moved to where we are today. So it is vital for our young generation to get into the future, learning the past. It will not be good for us to only bring our children in the modern era without them knowing who we are. It is vital for our children to understand who exactly we are as a people, as a group of people living in the mountain. Of late, I had my children speaking only English when my family was still staying in Kampala. I had to make a very bold decision as an individual. I told my wife, these children must be home. They must go and study in the rural schools for them first to pick the language so that culture is preserved. I do not want a family whereby they do not have the roots. So for the 4 or 5 years they have been home, they speak very fluent Kupsabing than even me. So I appreciate the culture now. At least I now know that I have people I am going to pass this generation to. So that is basically what motivates me. I also want to say that I want to appreciate the media team. It is through you that this festival is going to be a very perfect one. You are now our mouthpiece. Let the community receive the right message, what exactly the festival is about. Let them get to know that it is not only about dancing, eating, and fun. It's also about trying to teach our community or trying to give information to our community about who we are exactly. And without forgetting, I want to appreciate WA as our major partners. WA, you've done us great, and it is through you that we have the strength to move and carry on. I personally want to appreciate you from the beginning up to where we are today. We are moving on perfectly, and I believe in the future, or going to the future is bright. And it's through you that I know the entire Elgon region will be a better place for all of us. So, and all other partners that we have, I want to appreciate all of them. I don't want to mention, I have seen there are several of them, but I want to say that thank you so much for partnering with us and being a part of this festival. It is through you that there is going to be change in the Elgon region. So that's basically a few things I would want to wrap up. And finally, I would want to appreciate my sister Priscilla for this wonderful, and I don't have the words to mention. It's a very good idea that all of us need to embrace and see how we can have this taken to the future. It should not be just a festival of few years. It should be a festival forever. That every year we have a festival that we bring new ideas. And I would suggest that as we go to the future, we need to package in a way that we have packages in every festival. This year we are running specifically this, and we send that message to our people. Basically, I want to narrow myself to trying to reflect the past and try to pump it to our children. Because you see, the morals in our society are starting to decay. Things are changing, and if we do not look at avenues on how to package back our community to move to the right direction, the world may be a very bad place for everybody. So it is through these festivals that we are able to see, when you look at the theme of this year, unity in diversity, those are very perfect themes that we need to preach and sell the message. What is it all about? So that at least we get to understand that it is now the time that we unite as a people living in the Mount Elgon and see how to preserve our culture and our heritage for the good of our people. So basically that I do not want to add a lot because I was only asked one.
Yeah, you're speaking. With us, we're having the Minister of Culture in the institution of Israel Masaba. And Papa, we do not take it for
There's something I had forgotten. Part of it. I also serve in the kingdom of the Sabine community at an administrative level. Who knows, most people have nicknamed me the Prime Minister. So God's willingly, if the institution is approved by any time from now, yeah, Who knows? They have already nicknamed me the Prime Minister. I may be the next Prime Minister for the Sabine community. I want to appreciate the Bama Saba for inviting us the other day in the it was the Imperial Lounge. I want to appreciate the Bama Saba very well for giving us that very welcoming kind of reception. We were with His Highness, we had time, and we want to appreciate you for inviting us to be a part of that festival. And we are promising that immediately the institution is gazetted, very soon, we will also invite you and you'll be part of our institution. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And our leader said we will revenge you. Please don't revenge in a bad way, revenge in a good one. I know all your words are going to be delivered to His Highness, His Royal Highness, the will look forward, because one thing I also know that he is our chief guest in the Elgon Festival. And we are now looking at the roots of culture and what it means, transferring it. So, Papa, Culture Minister in the institution, please, what has the institution?
Elgon Festival. Honestly, the person to impress it first is the cultural institution. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all the partners, WUA, Pepsi, the brains behind the internet and the doctor. But for us as a cultural institution, we are proud of you and we are proud of being associated with you. What is taking place, especially Elgon Festival organizing for this event, it is the cultural institution that it begins with benefiting more than any other person. Because when you talk of culture, and you are talking of preserving culture, that is the role of Inzia Masava. And there is no way that we can do without preserving the environment. And it is through the environment that we get all the components that are required for our people. Because some of the trees within and then the grass, some of them, most of them are medicinal for us culturally. And Buana Peps, for us, when I take marua, our local brew, and then I get a hangover in the morning, I would just ask, bring me Peps to cool down my whatsoever. So you see how we appreciate your existence. So all of us have a stake in whatever that we are doing, and like we are saying, the press. When you make your homestead, you make sure that you keep cocks and hens, and those cocks are the ones that remind neighbors what is going on. For you, your role, what you are doing, we are doing it for us, because they say when the king of Zanzibar plays his flute, people at the coast dance. So even our Mukuka, when he sneezes and coughs from Mutoto or Maruku, people in the diaspora will know why he's coughing so. And for you, we cannot now get the message without the press. So the first actor that we impress among those working behind us is the press. So our sons and daughters, please, we encourage you to do this work, and more especially professionally. As for the festival, of course, we shall begin with thanking Priscilla. Priscilla is becoming a household name because of Elgon Festival. This is it is a tool for us now to remind those who would want to reflect on culture that this is how things used to take place, and this is how things are, and this is where we have reached. Now, even because at times you get a man or a boy dressed in a dress, and then you say, why has he put on a dress? Now, as you put on a dress, are you aware that as a man you're supposed to put on a trouser at one time? Now, if you get a man, he has braided his hair. Do you know that as you braid, but when you are going to visit your in-laws, can you first cut off those braids, and then later you will make them grow after you have visited the in-laws? That when you are talking with your in-law, don't put your hand in their pocket. Those are some of the things that now, when you are having Elgon Festival, you will remind so many of those who will watch and then learn a lot. It is a learning session, especially when it comes to that time. So for you, if you talk of Inzia Masaba, if there is anybody, you cannot come from outside and mourn more than aggrieved. It is us who are mourning for our culture dying. That when we see people tampering with the environment, because for us, we use some of these animals there and the birds as a parameter for measuring the number of things for the cultural institution. Not everyone has a watch, not everyone has a phone, not everyone has a radio, and so forth. But when we have birds, different birds communicate different messages for us. Now, like this is at times now we are ambushed by rain, and at times when you have spread your millet on the ground that you have gone somewhere, you can't even know that it's going to rain. You are just ambushed by rain coming and destroying. The other time it destroyed my malwa just there because I didn't expect it to rain. So now because you have tempered with the environment, the birds that are supposed to make to remind us that now you see rain is coming, and then there are those which come out of the forests and the bushes and walk on the bay whatsoever. Then you tell that this species of coming out to walk like this, there must be what? A problem. When you see a serpent, a snake walking in the daylight, then you know that is what? There's going to be. It is communicating some message. The reason as to why we must preserve what? The environment. So when Uwa comes up to partner with you people and then in Zia Masaba, we are very happy and we are proud of you. And we are looking forward to still working with you. A cultural institution is proud of having a professional. So, doctor, what you are doing it for Inzu. Because for us, we don't pay you in money form, but we usher blessings on you. Actually, when Umukoka comes on that day, make sure that you see his face. And when he raises his hand, make sure that you pose your head so that he blesses you, and whatever that you are doing, you will be generated more than what you are having. So for us, we are now looking forward to blessing that occasion. That's why Umukuka he has committed himself that he will be there. He will be there, of course, as a fountain of honor, and he does not just come, that he comes with the blessings. All the ancestors will now look upon the event that will take place. The artists, we are proud of the artists because these are you talk of creatives, artifacts, and then those who sing. Because it is very disappointing to have an environment where people cannot even laugh, they cannot even dance, and even when they are dancing, how are they dancing? When you are dancing, you don't need to dance like a wizard. You must come up with a strokes that can communicate that there is some happiness, there is something taking place, and that is the work of the artist. That even when you are urinating, it's not that you make it. You even you are laughing. These days we get our girls, when they laugh in diminuendo voices. When you don't see how, you think it is a man behind laughing. And yet, that's the moment that we have to showcase that this is how women laugh, this is how women walk, and this is how people eat. Because dressing, the dressing code is one of the identities that show a person having a belonging. Then even when somebody is walking, even when he's dressing, you know that this one is a Mugisu, Masaba, or this one is a Sabine. So those are some of the things that we are looking forward to seeing on that day. So all those ones behind it, please, God bless you. Inzia Masaba is blessing you. Kuka Masaba Salama Bumbuya ni wanale abito homwesi tana mwanya na.
That's the word. Osala mwambu ni Masaba ni mwambu mubuya ni wanale. Lamalundi. Papa, just get that statement.
Kuka Masaba asala mwambu mubuya ni wanale abito hoba Masaba. Bosa naga ngakukalamirira umukasi we mongachi kurumu kuko ba Masaba amenye angale insi ya Masaba imenye yangale ninanye mwesi sana murambira atwera kubona muri murawo kumusingi kwe ba Masaba ni bibabaho ni bishiriyo nanye mumenye mukasi aba bita kumwanyira nabi
kwanyala nabi papa. Can you have an interview later after this side interviews when you do this? One thing is you have been on the receiving end, and the clarities that may be required. And before I move to any level, I want to say that every other members in the background, I know the artists within here festival. We are humbled that you are in here. I told Money Max and the team you are in here. Please, we are here because you are there. I also know of the CEO of Calpec Media Limited. Is in here. Sam Wambuya was with us here, and regions to highlight our events in the what? In the region. And this has to be a concerted effort, your personal level effort as artists and those who are in here. From the media, the fourth estate, we know we cannot do anything. The biggest role remaining now in the remaining 1 week or so, the biggest for us to do with the Elgon Festival is the role of the fourth estate. I want us to now get to the media. If there are any issues to raise in here at a certain time before you leave here, I would have loved that the artists that are within will take a group photo with the cultural leaders and the organizers as well within this press conference for now. But right now, I take on some 2 editions were held in multiple venues. Bally's, I think the grounds, and here as well. Today we only have 1 venue. What could be the reason for that? Please, some clarity on that.
All right, mine goes to Priscilla as well, and it's about the cultural parade. In the first edition, that was 2022, the parade caused an uproar and a controversy with some activists and the Minister of Culture then terming it as nudity and a violation of women's rights because ladies walk with breasts exposed. So I don't know how you planned it this time round to ensure that such a controversy does not arise again.
Yeah, the same as last year. You know, last year we covered up the girls, but I think they did an investigation even with the state. They did an investigation. The question was whether it's our culture or it's not our culture. And when they went to ask the people, most of them said it's our culture. The only concern was that maybe for other people who it's not their culture, they feel like it's offensive. So we made a decision as an organization to just cover up the girls. And we're going to cover them up from now on. Yeah.
Thank you. Another question? If I have no question, one thing is I had somebody. Money Max is in the house. Money Max, you come over here. What? Money? Max Money. Come in here and what would we expect from the artists? Can join me up here.
Money Max.
Maximum money. Maximum money.
Yes.
Ogo muzindalo kwatoyogere.
Andika nakapera.
Bamasaba mwenayo abana mwenya baliyo twende wanale mwambu mubuya kamina kasebananga maxima n'omutwe bamasaba publisher babembi ngandiyano museum akihulererano the conference ya Elgon Festival bamasaba bali London, Europe, Kenya ningewe ne masaba nimwite. I think festival itakuba massive abone bakulu bikhaleba ni babandu baliyo okuli mu field makisanyumire mwamubone bamasaba bale mwite kuwakile chef bamasaba babandi baliyo. I think sibakana kukwewakila tabati fefe kuli kuchendela tula ni bamuzeyi befe bakuku ba sister bosi tsana kuli kurambira atwera nesembalo mbakupilitsa ndi mwitse ku festival. I think bale be festival ine bame bindu bikali nabi bamu byehwika bikali nabi nafe kwitira kwika nibana mwenya bandi holiyo nenga kwakumanya chitsa mu monita munsi ya masaba hachira mubone bindu bino byapeninga bino like nga bintu ya masaba simamanya kuli organized namwe si kuli organized bakuloma kuli organized nenga kano kuita kwigatira mu bintu nga bibya festival. I think isemba kubiriza komwenda nga kisesaba nga musambu nga shinani bali bekwitse mu bungi kubandi kuwakira festival kuwandi kuwakira ango famous aba kubandi kuwakira ishindu chef balebe nga nakubalomandi kukane chef nga ni kuikana fefe ba masaba kukane chef nga ni kuikana mbao na kukanire ekyo tawe.
Thank you so much. That is a voice from the artists and an appeal to the rest that let us love our own. And one, we are talking about numbers coming to the city. We are talking about boosting different businesses. I see Double Star here. Double Star coming here. Tell us, as a representative of the accommodation section in the city, what does Elgon Festival bring to you? How does it impact on you as a business person in Mbale City?
Thank you so much, Mrembe. My name is Kimaza Ibrahim. I represent Double Star Hotel. I want to first thank the organizers, Mr. Jeff Tuma and Priscilla, for the opportunity. Before and after the event, we need to rest. I pray that all those that are coming in first reach safely. Then we are providing accommodation, but we are partnering with Elgon Festival. We are having tickets. We are selling off at 45 with accommodation per night at the hotel. Double Star is located at Manafa Road at Manafa Road, opposite Diamond Trust Bank, where there is a garden BCU. That is that building having Garden Hardware. We have come in not because we want only finance, but we want to appreciate clients who have supported both our hotel as Double Star and those clients that have supported the hardware as Garden Hardware. We want to appreciate the clients that have always been standing with us all along. So this time around, we are starting today, but I also call upon the management of Elgon Festival. Next time we can maybe buy a lot of tickets to give to clients, and I promise you that next year will be greater than we are providing this year. Our rates go for 50,000 double beds. We have singles of 35, and we have also other singles of 28,000. All our costs come with breakfast. We are in the middle of the town. It's just a walkable distance from our hotel to here and to any other happening place around the town. We appreciate for the opportunity, and we promise to always cooperate with Elgon Festival. I'm sure next year will be much better than this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Double Star, and you're coming. I want to appreciate everybody who has made it possible for us to hold this press conference. I know as the media there are some in-depth details we may need to do with our things. I know Jeff is available. I know Priscilla is available. Ibra is available, and others get an in-depth of whatever we require. But we look forward to continuing working together. We can now, I take the opportunity. By the time I came in, I think I began talking. My name is James Kutos. I work as a senior public relations officer of Mbale City and as a partner of the Elgon Festival.
Itu ya masaba isima bali kulenga katika nkuru kurukuta kubaho kutadinga ndetse saba umwezi w'ekishenda ndetse saba ibi byose bikukoleka nga birolera kimisoro kimini ngo teba masaba mu misiro kimini ngo iranga kumukoro kwabeyo urorera shina shikira cyokesana umundu abo kugenda kutsira ubo wihayo ubo kugira hundu umundu bahubona hangwa amanyari yakenda ari fa hano masaba ibyo bibitsana ni rurimi kukari rurimi reba masaba ingwara yihurya nibyehushina n'ibindu byositsana ibindu byanga byabeyo alenga abana batipa bimanya amanya kusali fyo bamasaba kwara kuli fyo bamasaba kulya kuli fyo bamasaba kugenda kuli fyo bamasaba kushesa kuli atakwakira kwibisa kuli era kulunga kulo ibindu bikhabyo byositsana bikhabe nga byositsana byositsana ibindu byesi bamasaba esikwara musataka batayi khale byositsana abana bafisa bukalali bakufuna henga bikubibonata ibunda kulo ni yesi buli shindu shikhabelewo era buli umwana abona irulusisi iyisyo ibubulo ibukamamera ibongoluhusya isyo esya kamamera ili ni yesya busima bwanaita lusisi lusya bino na lulu lutya lufuka busima sufukiramo busima nga bafumuye busima bulya bakeni bakali luba luli umukango uboneka kuli shiwili shiboneka kuli tsinyanyi tsirambiswa tsino tsili bakwara ngo umundu wamwakana ndi kutsira omanyori iyo ali kuchenia nga wakana n'ukuntu amanyori yamahuramba ukuntu amanyori iyo yingwara yewe cyo sanakiri ali ambi ningewewe era niyo ibindu byobyo bikhabeyo nga babandu bamasamba babona byositsana yani nga niba babana bengana shina shesi bakira kukwara botesana bali ni kumusingi twese bise bama mungo mukulayi muli nini kono mukuli mungo mukulayi myari mulama muri mukaka nefo mungo mukulayi umanyisa mungo mwitsi samba mutu yose abana mwitsi samba ibyo byombileka asorye ukhabireka sikhulina kulo ngobona abana ngali bakwarire bakhasi bakhulu basali bakhulu basoleli ni basakhulu bakwara bari oba bakwara bari shina shishene shesifo kurambisanga bamasaba nga kuruhulanga babandu bali ale nga ino ingombi yiyi ngo ambe ingombi ngo fure ingombi ngo rukanigeze bamasaba urishinga iliyo ingomesi kurambisa tsingoma tsingorukupe ngoma abanga bwakibone buso wakinyorere okurukuto mushisala imanyisa shini wamanyori ingoma yi iranga kama kuwanga bapa iranga kama ku ingoma yi yekamasanyi ingoma yi irambiswa kulanga babandu lwe kamaya kaliyo ibyo byose tsandi bindi byo Yesu musubi nanga mwitsire kutsa kuluna kulo Yesu mukhabona ni byose tsana kama shini fo bambasaba umwana otande khoshinisira kubikere ingana wakhushitsira kubikere wamenyanga ngomanya ku mukacho kwesi bakuchinisira kubikere umwana ngomukhana nganashina ashinarye wanyo umwana omukhana wapemini bashina apemini ekuba maybe bamutandikanga ngashiri bamukwarisa bibyuma mushigo nebyuma byene bifana biriye kuna khulonezi mwakoleshi isibwe haba bunene babana basinde ngomwana omusinde abanga bakutandikiza kukwara ngokwara endobe ukwarira ku myaka china tendobe fwaneriye nenga ngoli kugenda myaka Yesu woleleko wahiro wagenda wimikore ne wachesa abantu bako ubo mwana omukhana ukuhamoye no bangotsa kuchesa bageni shine Yesu ivyo ngoli hutsa kuwelesa bilyo gabageni bitsire bayelesera ku rusuni yashina ibindi byo byose tsana byo bikira buli mundu wa rumari kali na kulunyorere nganjiyera na semboneko atina sensanyukeko ubange ibyo bandu ibyo kusanyuka no ruhusanyuka ngo ruhurere ngashina kumwenya kwesu ruhusanyukira uruhurira mutsiro mona mweta kubanga iliyo babana ali kushina kuyombo na amanya ku tsiro mutiri muna tsiri mumwenya tawe bana mwenya bana bali yose mubene simulanga muri creative artists and so forth nga bapa kimenya balomera mutsiro mushina lekube foko amakhala bomundo nga bari oluwengere nga ali kukupa luwengere akanihira moni tsiro mutiti tilekera babandu anga bali kumya busera ni binyuka ni bashina bokesana bibyayo besali nabyo bukaka bwesali ni nabwo nayo kukupa luwengere nolala mala mali shikhatsamise mungo manyoli wakwa no mukaze mungo atenga nga wakwicyunga amali bisanga bamupire alo tabulaita ibyo byose tsena ibyo birekera kuluna kurulo nga mwitire iraba amasaba bose kubapirisa kuluna kurulo mwite mukone bihaka
anyala asimye